All right. Good evening and welcome to a very special bonus edition of Drinking and Thinking, Quizzing in Quarantine. I have to admit, I did not think we would be here this week. I did not think I would be here this week, but I'm glad I am because if you were part of last week's event, it was really very special, and I'm very happy to be back and to be doing this with you guys because. If you didn't hear, we did something pretty incredible last week. You did something pretty incredible last week, which was raise over $8,000 in the course of one night for food banks across this country. And as a small thank you, and as making good on a bet that I think it was Laura Katz actually who was the first person to challenge and say that if we reached our goal last week of $2,021 by the end of the night, that I would have to continue doing Quizzing in Quarantine throughout the remainder of December. And not only did we make it to $2,021, but we kicked the shit out of that goal and very quickly landed at, I think we finished the night last week around $7,700. And then when I woke up the next morning, people had given even more. And I think we're now up to, I can't even remember the exact number. I think it's around 8,400, which is just absolutely incredible. I can't get over it. So thank you guys so much for all your support. I'm just trying to figure out here, realizing I don't know if there's a chat enabled in tonight's. I'm trying to see. Let me see here. I'm using a different computer than I have one laptop for my Quizzing in Quarantine and then one for the live stream. And I'm not sure if that, let me see here. Live chat, enable live chat. Here we go. Let's see if I can do this. Huh. Why is live chat disabled? Uh-oh. Oh, I might have set this as safe for kids. Okay, let me see if I can, I hope I haven't messed this up. Let me see if I can go, if I end the stream, I wonder if I could pause the stream, get the live chat going, and then, the live chat's important. Let me see here. Oh yeah, I messed this up. I listed this as safe for kids, which apparently, or made for kids. Here we go, save. And then let's see if I can add the chat. Let's see, give me 1 second. Okay, this is a good sign. Looks like the live chat is happening now. Can you guys see the live chat? Sorry, you'd think that after all this time I'd figure out how to work this thing, but let's see. You may have to refresh. There we go. All right. Back in the saddle. Yeah, you might have to hit refresh. It looks like we're good, but you might have to hit refresh. And a reminder, this is now not safe for kids. I'll keep clothes on and language decent, but according to YouTube, this is now not safe for kids. Great to see everybody again. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, the DMs really is the main event. The trivia is just secondary. All right. I think we're good to go. What do I need to do? Oh, I need to share the link so everybody can have access to the score sheet. In case you're wondering, the score sheet, the link to the score sheet is always the same link. I just reset it each week. So if I ever forget to share the score sheet, or if you just want to favorite it, it will always be, I believe, the same link. But I will, just for those who maybe don't have it saved. I will share it right now. There you go, Dan, and everybody else wondering. The score sheet is there. It is posted, and you should be able to click it. You can enter your team name, and as we always do, after the first 2 rounds, you'll have an opportunity to enter your scores. So I will recap the rules for those just joining us, though. I will also, though, first and foremost, introduce the beers tonight. We have more beer sponsors back. We had such success last week that we're bringing back again. Steam Whistle tonight, which I'm going to kick off the evening with. A good Pilsner from Steam Whistle. Classic. Can't get more classic when it comes to indie Canadian beer. And then back for more tonight. I really can't get enough of this beer. And I know I'm biased because I'm buddies with the owners. But it is from Fine Balance Brewing in Kingston. They were really generous. They just opened up last month and gave us a $25 gift card last week. And they're going to give away another one this week. So thanks to everyone at Fine Balance. I'm back. So I'll start with a Pilsner to ease into the night, and then one of those double IPAs that got us into trouble last week, but made the night that much more fun. I'll get my glass as well, just while you guys get set up and click on the. And to complete the indie brewery trifecta, I'm going to drink out of a glass from Dominion Brewery in Ottawa. All right. So I think that's pretty much everything you need to know. Yeah, you got to be classy. I've gotten particular in my old age, and I feel when I'm at home, I don't, obviously, if I'm drinking out somewhere, I don't demand a glass. But if I'm drinking at home, I pretty much always insist on a glass now. So thanks again. I can't say enough about last week's success, and I'm so proud and happy to be back with you guys for the next couple weeks because of your generosity. And of course, this will culminate in our Friday, December 18th, holiday edition, Quiz the Season. Please invite your friends and family. I'm not going to ask anyone on this chat for more money tonight because you guys were so generous last week, but what I will say is I encourage you to bring some friends and family to the December 18th edition, and I'm pretty confident that we can get our total fundraising goal for Food Banks Canada up over $10,000, which is mind-blowing. I never in my wildest dreams thought that would be possible. All right. So without further ado, we'll kick off trivia tonight. We'll start, as we always do, with things I think you should know, 10 random knowledge trivia questions, each question worth a single point. I will repeat the questions twice and once at the end of the round, as is often the case. And as someone pointed out last week, this is a good note. I didn't even think you could do this or think to do this, but if you want to, you can always rewind on the stream and visit questions that already have been read out if you need them repeated again. All right. So we'll start with things I think you should know. Question number 1. Here it is. Name the movie that just 74 days after it was released became the first film in history to make $1 billion at the box office. Again, question number 1. Name the film that 74 days after it was released became the first movie in film history to reach $1 billion at the box office. Good call, Jeff. I would not disagree with you, but I know there are some people who don't feel the same way. Question number 2. Name 2 of the 3 American cities that have hosted a Summer Olympics. And if you can name all 3, you'll get a bonus point. Again, question number 2. Name 2 of the 3 American cities that have hosted a Summer Olympic Games. And if you think you can name all 3, you stand to earn a bonus point. Good question about the summer-winter split. It doesn't actually matter in this instance. but these are specifically summer games. Question number 3. Janet Hubert Whitten and Daphne Maxwell Reid both played the same role on what popular TV show? Question number 3. Janet Hubert Whitten and Daphne Maxwell Reid both played the same role on what popular television show? Question number 4. This is sports math. Here's what you have to do for this question. Take the diameter of an NBA basketball hoop and the height of an NHL goal or an NHL net. Add those two numbers together in inches, and this is the number you arrive at. The diameter of an NBA basketball net and the height of an NHL goalie net. What is that combined sum? Question number 5, things I think you should know. What is the only world capital to begin with the letter Z? What is the only world capital to begin with the letter Z? Question number 6. On October 31st, 1922, he became the Prime Minister of Italy, a role he would retain for the next 21 years. Who is he? Question number 6. On October 31st, 1922, this man became the Prime Minister of Italy. It's a role that he would go on to hold for the next 21 years. Who was he? Question number 7. Name one of the 2 countries that touches the Gobi Desert. No bonus points up for grabs in this question. I assume if you know one, you probably know the other. But name one of the 2 countries that touches the Gobi Desert. That is question number 7. Question number 8. This is trivia nerd Christmas and everyone else's Christmas as well, I guess. But it's the time of year when year-end lists get released, and this is catnip for trivia nerds. And a lot of those lists have started to come out already. A list this week from Spotify came out, and this Know Your News question, a question from the news cycle from the last 7 days, is born out of that. Who, according to Spotify, was the most listened to artist, female artist, in the year 2020? Who was the most listened to female artist in the year 2020, according to Spotify? Again, question number 8. Who was the most listened to female artist of the year based on Spotify plays? Question number 9. In what state was former U.S. President Bill Clinton born? Question number 9. In what state was former U.S. President Bill Clinton born? And finally, question number 10 will end with a bonus point opportunity as well. Only 2 performers in the history of the Oscars have done this, have won Best Actor or Actress Oscars back-to-back in back-to-back years. Name one of those 2 performers. And if you name them both, you'll get a bonus point. This is an actor or an actress who won the either Best Actor or Best Actress award twice in a row, back-to-back years. It's only been done twice in the history of the award show. You have to name one of the 2 performers who has accomplished that feat. And if you name them both, you'll get a bonus point. All right, those are the 10 questions that make up round number 1. I will go back and repeat each question one more time pretty quickly in case you missed it the first time around. Here we go. Question number 1. Name the movie that 74 days after it was released became the first film in the history of cinema to make $1 billion at the box office. Question number 2. Name 2 of the 3 American cities that have hosted a Summer Olympics. I'll be curious, Shurgan, what you don't have to qualify now, but I'm curious how you feel it impacts. But maybe you're right. I don't want to speak too soon. But name 2 of the 3 cities. If you name the 3rd city as well correctly, you'll get a bonus point. Question number 3. Janet Hubert Whitten and Daphne Maxwell Reid played the same role on what popular television series? Question number 4. Sports math. Take the diameter of an NBA basketball net and add it to the height in inches of an NHL goalie net. And this is the number you arrive at. Question number 5. What is the only world capital to begin with the letter Z? Only world capital city to begin with the letter Z. Question number 6. On October 31st, 1922, this man became the Prime Minister of Italy, a role he would continue to hold for the following 21 years. Who is that man? Question number 7. Name one of the 2 countries that touches the Gobi Desert. Question number 8, know your news question. According to Spotify, name the most listened to female artist of 2020. Question number 9, in what U.S. state was former President Bill Clinton born? And finally, number 10, name one of the 2 performers who has won a Best Actor or Best Actress Oscar in back-to-back years. If you can name 2 of those performers, you will get a bonus point. Not plus minus 2, Nicole. I'm sorry. I'm going to be a hard ass on this. There's opportunities for some extra points in this round, but I also feel like I want some tough questions. So no, you need the exact number. It's rather doable, I feel. Not easy, but doable. All right. Those are the questions that make up round number 1. On to round number 2, which is the 10. And I want to give a shout out tonight to Michael Collins. He's on the line or on the chat, I believe. He was the person who very kindly took time out of his very busy schedule as a graphic artist at Global News to develop our logo for Quizzing in Quarantine. I didn't tell him this round was coming, but I did tell him at some point we would do a question about this theme. He has no advanced knowledge, but maybe he'll do well, or maybe his wife will do well. I know this is a favorite of hers. Here it is. The 10 tonight. These were pre-pandemic numbers. Obviously, they haven't changed since the pandemic. But name the best, the 10, you're going to have 8 minutes to do this tonight, 8 minutes. The 10 best-selling musicals on Broadway of all time. This is based on ticket sales, adjusted for inflation, but the best-selling musicals of all time on Broadway. And you'll have 8 minutes to name those 10 musicals starting now. Correct, Dan. This is on ticket sales. Highest grossing Broadway musicals of all time. I try to spread out the themes of the 10. Last week, if I'm not mistaken, it was a sports-related theme. Not saying there's not a lot of crossover between big sports fans and big musical fans, but I try to make sure there's some variety in this round. So for those not liking this round, maybe you liked last week's round a little better. Yeah, these numbers are adjusted for inflation, but don't go too far back. Like I think that this is one of those rounds where if you deviate from what you think is obvious, you'll probably kind of kick yourself. It's just Broadway, Nora. Just Broadway. I mean, which is, I think, often indicative of success in other theater markets like the West End and whatnot. But this is just Broadway numbers. Checking on the time, you've got just over 2 minutes left in the round, just over 2 minutes. One minute left in the round to complete the list of the highest grossing Broadway musicals of all time. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1. Pencils down. That is it. No more time left in round number 2. We'll rewind the clock a little bit and go back to round number 1 and reveal the answers from round number 1, the first round of things I think you should know. As I mentioned, each of these questions worth a single point unless otherwise noted. Question number 1, you had to name the film that was the first to make $1 billion at the box office. It was a defined blockbuster in many ways. It was released in 1997. It was Titanic. Titanic. Question number 2, you had to name 2 of the 3 cities that have hosted Summer Olympics. Those cities are, I'll go in reverse order, Atlanta, most recently, Los Angeles, before that, and before Los Angeles, the only other city to host the Summer Olympics in the States, St. Louis. Again, that list, St. Louis, LA, Atlanta. If you got 2 of those, you get a point. If you got all 3, and just those 3, you couldn't just list a gauntlet of American cities, you get a bonus point. Question number 3. Janet Hubert Whitten and Daphne Maxwell Reid both played the same role on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I actually really enjoy. I turned it on. I thought, I don't know how much I'll get through this. The HBO reunion special. It was actually really entertaining, and both of them appear for the first time ever on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion. Question number 4: the diameter of an NBA basketball net and the height of an NHL goalie net. Basketball net is 18 inches in diameter. A goalie net is 48 inches in height. Add those two numbers together, and 66 is the answer. 66. Question number 5, the only world capital to begin with the letter Z. It is in Europe. It is in Croatia, to be specific. It is Zagreb. Zagreb. Question number 6. In 1922, it was Benito Mussolini who became Prime Minister of Italy and remained in that role until partway through the Second World War. Mussolini. Question number 7. The 2 countries that touch the Gobi Desert, you needed one of them to get a point. No bonus points up for grabs on this one. The countries are Mongolia and China. Mongolia and China. Question number 8. Know your news question. The most listened to female artist of 2020. She's had a couple of great years. This year, no exception. She's still super young, but Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish is the answer for question number 8. Question number 9. What state was President Bill Clinton born in? It's logical because he went on to serve as governor of the state, but he was born in Hope, Arkansas. Arkansas, the correct answer. And finally, number 10. This is somewhat of a tough one. You might have gotten one because there is an actor who won back-to-back Oscars relatively recently, in most of our lifetimes probably. He won in 93 and 94 for Philadelphia and Forrest Gump. Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is one of them. The other performer, a lot of people think it might be Meryl Streep. It's not. You have to go way back. Spencer Tracy, the only other performer to win back-to-back Best Actor Oscars or Best Actress Oscars is Spencer Tracy, aside from Tom Hanks. So if you got both of those, you get 2 points. If you only got one, you get a single point. Those are the answers for round number 1. No, not plus minus 2 inches, Dan. You had to get it square on the nose, 66. All right, moving on to the questions for round number 2, the 10. You need to know the highest grossing Broadway musicals of all time. As I said, you got to trust your gut. All of these musicals debuted in the last 35-ish years, except all but one or maybe 2. Number 10 on the list, making over $450 million in box office revenue, was Cats. Cats, the first of at least 2 Andrew Lloyd Webber musicals on the list, is Cats. Number 9 on the list, making over $500 million, Les Mis. Premiered in 1987 on Broadway. It closed in 2003, that run. And then came back again in 2006, 2014, again 2016. In total, Les Mis has produced the most amount of revenue. Number 8, this is pretty impressive considering this musical only debuted in 2015, ran obviously straight until the beginning of the pandemic, but Hamilton. Hamilton is number 8 on the list. I see your Hepburn point. I'll go back and check that in a second once we get through Broadway. I see your point of contention, though. I want to double check that. Number 7 on the list. I doubt many people got this one. This is the one that really didn't make a ton of sense to me, but it did run for 12 years and made almost $560 million. Jersey Boys is on the list. Jersey Boys is number 7. Number 6. The Book of Mormon is number 6. Over $600 million made. Number 5, another jukebox musical or a jukebox musical, Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia, running from 2001 to 2015, made over $620 million on Broadway. Number 4, another musical with a couple different runs, with a total of almost 660 million. Chicago. Chicago is on the list. Number 3, this musical has run, believe it or not, from 1988 consistently until today, or until the beginning of the pandemic, on Broadway, and as a result has made $1.2 billion in revenue. One of only 3 musicals to gross over $1 billion on Broadway. The Phantom of the Opera is number 3. Number 2, this has made the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. It's become a Broadway classic, even though it only debuted in 2003. But Wicked is number 2. Wicked. And finally, the highest grossing Broadway musical of all time, running straight through from 1997 until now-ish, pre-pandemic, $1.6 billion made by The Lion King. The Lion King, the highest grossing Broadway musical of all time. Again, I will recap that list, starting at number 10, Cats. Number 9, Les Mis. Number 8, Hamilton. Number 7, Jersey Boys. Number 6, The Book of Mormon. Number 5, Mamma Mia. Number 4, Chicago. Number 3, The Phantom of the Opera. Number 2, Wicked. And the highest grossing musical, The Lion King. Did I leave out Katharine Hepburn? You know what? I'm embarrassed to say what I may have done is when I read the fact, but I want to make sure that it was back-to-back Best Actress Oscars. I may have. I know that she has won more Oscars than anyone else. She's won 4 Oscars, and I don't think anyone else has won that many. Oh, you're right. She won Best Actress for Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, and then again in 1960. She won that in 68 and 69. She won it for The Lion in Winter. She also won Best Actress for. Yeah. Okay. I apologize if you have Katharine Hepburn on the list, and Tom Hanks and Spencer Tracy. You get a point. Were Katharine Hepburn and Spencer Tracy married too, or they just were together or were both married in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? Anyway, I apologize for that. Back, you're right. 68, 69. Michael, did you act? I can't. I'm very impressed if you wrote them in correct order, but it does make it look even more like I fed you those questions. Partners, not married. Interesting. Not married, but lovers. That makes it sound so much more salacious. All right. Alex, the bonus point questions were if you got all 3 U.S. cities to host a Summer Olympics, and if you got 2 of the now 3 actors or actresses who have won back-to-back Best Acting Oscars. Wow, Michael, that's impressive. All right, moving on. Now, time to enter your team names and your scores in the Google Doc. And while you do that, I am going to share something. So I'm going to share something in the chat. I really hope that you don't have to use it, because I hope that you have something better to do. But if you don't, because I don't, I will share this. And I promise it won't be as good as probably almost anything else you could be doing, but I will damn well make it as best as I can. As we talked about in previous weeks, and I'll share this again, but I believe, check that out. That is the Quizzing in Quarantine Rockin' New Year's Eve celebration. We're going to have some celebrity cameos. we're going to have some very, very cool prizes in that we're going to have a bunch of prizes to be determined. But the big prize, if you are willing to sign up and buy a ticket for our New Year's Eve special, the winning team will get $250 to donate to your charity of choice. And maybe a date with Ryan Reynolds. We're working on it. Ryan's been super supportive lately of a lot of local causes, and maybe this one he'll be equally as supportive of. But whether Ryan's a part of it or not, it'll be a fun-ish night. Again, it's not going to be like anything else you've done on a New Year's Eve, but check it out. And the cost of admission is per team. So it's $30. Part of that will go to the charity. A lot of that will go to the charity donation and other prizes. But think about it. If you have 6 people on your team, that's $5 a head. I'm going to guess that's probably the cheapest New Year's party or event you'll ever go to, but also probably the least exciting, and maybe the only one that you can attend in your pajamas. So check it out and spread the word if you're up for it. All right, commercial over. Score check time happening. Let me just check on the. So far, we've got 62 teams registered to play tonight. I will read everyone's team name. Welcome you to the evening. I didn't think the turnout tonight would be as strong because I had told people we were only doing this in November. It's nice to see so many teams making an appearance. All right, the teams competing tonight. We've got Hey Google, play Limp Bizkit Break Stuff Max Volume. Trivia Lassies, The Dog. Just Sam. Katrina and the Second Waves, a.k.a. Otrivia Munn. The Couch Chainsaw Massacre. Mackay Sister Wives. May the 4th of December be with you. YTV's Weird on Wheels with a Z. Cabin Fever Fight Club. Tit Soup for the Thank God You're Doing This Every Friday Again Soul. Hey Google, play Limp Bizkit. Oh, they entered their team name twice. I told you last week, I don't have Hey Google. You got to try a different formula. Just the Vax, ma'am. 80s Babies. Return of the Wet Bandits. Oh, welcome back. A Case of the Monday. Vancouver Covidiots. Penny and the Jets. Don't Overthink It. It's Titanic. Team Off Balance. D's Nuts. RBC Yes By. Live in Covita Loca. COVID 69. Threat Level Midnight. Monocle Whores. Middle of the Pack, formerly second last. Moving up in the world. The B Sharps. Unlimited Paper in a Paperless World. Portal Pilgrims. Miracle on Parliament Street. Do they know it's trivia time at all? I like that. We are Fajikesh. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Jerry Spoon, Local Raccoon. Queenin Quizzers. Queenine Quizzers? Scotty Doesn't Know. Dawson's Geek. The Severely Handicapped. We Don't Know Jackie Channing Tatum O'Neill. Oh, wow. It's getting super creative. Pearl Jam. Can't Think of a Good Namers. Winning Personalities. Welcome to the world, Little Maxwell, the newest member of our trivia team. New baby alert? That's exciting. Congratulations. You're a Quizzard, Harry. Ivanka, pardon, please. We get locked down, but we get out again. Okay, Zoomer. Lonely Lemon. Fresh Prince of Ryan Reynolds Boulevard. It's All Zoom and Gloom. I like that one. Reunited and It Feels So Good. Werewolf Bar Mitzvah 3. Mackay is Sexiest, a True Underdog Story. Big Brian Academy, Bake Sale Edition. Sag Paneer Poopy. Long Name. Only Here for the Broadway Round. It's Not the Band I Hate, It's Their Fans. UFOs Are Real and the Government Knows It. This is a tough one. Clerical errors? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Clerical errors. I think that might be it. Fat Kitties, Pigs in Space, Zoom, 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 I Want You in My Room, Berta Boys in the Wheezy. Oh, Berta Boys in the Wheezy. We're Trying, the Tax Deductible Donation Squad, Quizdon Churchill, and Watto's. 67 teams tonight. Holy shit. We're going to have to start breaking up the intros. Maybe I'll do it over the course of a couple different rounds because that takes time, and I'm reading them cold is dangerous. Oh, congratulations. We have our first ticket sold for the new Quizzing and Quarantine New Year's special. Right now, you are winning the $250 charity prize. Congratulations. And keep in mind, I'll be sending out a link. If you buy a ticket closer to the date, you'll get a special link. This link is not for everybody. There's going to be password protected and everything. This is going to be off the wall. We might even make it a adult theme. That sounds dirty. But we're going to, none of this safe for kids bullshit. All right. Here we go. On to round number 3. Another round of things I think you should know. 10 random knowledge trivia questions. Each one, again, worth a point unless there is a bonus point, in which case I will indicate that. Here we go. Right? Am I missing anything? Let me check the chat, see if I'm forgetting anything. All right. Here we go. Question number 1, round number 3. Katy Perry, you might remember her. She's had 9 hit songs, all reached the number 1 on the Billboard Top 100 chart. Which of her songs was first to top the charts? In short, what was Katy Perry's first number 1 single? Question number 1, what was Katy Perry's first number 1 single? Question number 2, name the only U.S. state that's name is 1 syllable in length. Question number 2, name the only U.S. state that is 1 syllable in length. Question number 3, this is interesting. I just learned this fact recently myself. In the history of the Academy Awards, there's a lot of Oscar questions tonight, but in the history of the Academy Awards, only 3 animated films have been nominated for Best Picture. Name one of them. If you can name 2 of them, you'll get a bonus point. Again, question number 3. In the history of the Academy Awards, only 3 animated films have been nominated for Best Picture. Name one of them, and if you can name 2 of them, you'll get a bonus point. Question number 4. Professional bouts of boxing are limited to how many rounds? Question number 4. Professional bouts of boxing are limited to how many rounds? Question number 5. I can't remember if I've asked this question somewhat recently, and if I have, forgive me, and don't even say anything, and maybe you'll just remember it and get a point. But number 5, I think this is an interesting question. Name the only woman to be featured in the pages of the current Canadian passport. Question number 5. Name the only woman to be featured in the pages of the current Canadian passport. If you look through the passport, there are pictures of a lot of different distinguished Canadians, all of them men, except one. Name that person. Question number 6, things I think you should know. The 9 original types of these products were released in 1993. They included Legs the Frog, Squealer the Pig, and Chocolate the Moose. Name that product, that line of products. Was it last week? I don't remember. My memory is so bad, but clearly so is yours. So that's a freebie if you remember. Again, question number 6. The 9 original types of this product were released in 1993. They included Legs the Frog, Squealer the Pig, and Chocolate the Moose. What was that line of products called? Question number 7. How many pairs of chromosomes are found in the average human being? As I understand it, not all humans have this exact number, but the vast majority do, and that's the number we're looking for. How many pairs of chromosomes exist in the average human being? That's question number 7. Question number 8. What 1996 movie was promoted using the tagline, quote, "A lot can happen in the middle of nowhere"? Question number 8. What 1996 movie was promoted using the tagline, quote, "A lot can happen in the middle of nowhere"? Question number 9. How many stars appear on the flag of China? How many stars appear on the flag of China? That is question number 9. And finally, question number 10 from the world of social media. Who is the most followed Canadian on Twitter? Question number 10. Who is the most followed Canadian on Twitter? I will go back and read each question one more time. Here's another pitch for New Year's event. I guarantee not a single recycled question. These freebie nights, maybe some recycled questions. The night you have to pay for, nothing but A+ brand new material. That's a selling feature. All right, going back and reading the 10 questions again. Number 1, name Katy Perry's first #1 hit single. Number 2, what is the only US state that is 1 syllable in length? Number 3, this is a brand new question, I can tell you that because I definitely learned this myself this week. Number 3, in the history of the Academy Awards, only 3 animated films have been nominated for Best Picture. Name one of them, and if you name 2, you'll get a bonus point. Question 4, professional bouts of boxing are limited to how many rounds? Question number 5, name the only woman to be featured in the pages of the current Canadian passport. Question number 6, the 9 original types of this product were released in 1993, and they included Legs the Frog, Squealer the Pig, and Chocolate the Moose. What line of products are we talking about? Question number 7, how many pairs of chromosomes are found in the average human being? And yes, pairs is the question. Question number 8, what 1996 movie was promoted using the tagline, quote, "A lot can happen in the middle of nowhere"? Question number 9, how many stars appear on the flag of China? And finally, question number 10, Who is the most followed Canadian on Twitter? That is round number 3, and we now get set to move on to round number 4. It is a picture this round, meaning you're going to have to pay attention to the link that I'm about to send to you. Making sure, as I should always do, that the link is not restricted. You're going to have 8 minutes again to complete this round. This is not an easy round. It's somewhat of a music round. It's music video screen grabs. You don't need to know the name of the artist. In a lot of cases, it'll be quite obvious. You do need to know the name of the song. You'll get a single point for the name of the song. But there is what we call a connector clue tonight. And if you can unlock the connector clue, it will really help you, I think, narrow down the song titles. But again, this round is not all that easy. So here I go. I'll share it now. 8 minutes on the clock. Name the song title featured, or that these music videos are featuring. There you go. 8 minutes starting now. Sure, Andrew. The connector clue, you get a bonus point if you can identify what the connector clue is, what links all these songs together. So let's say if they were all by Canadian artists, which they're not, that might be the connector clue. Or if the songs were all, alliterative, then that might be the connector clue. That's not it either. But there is a thematic link that links these songs together. If you guess it, the song titles become easier to identify. Plus, if you write it down somewhere, you'll get a bonus point if you identify the connector clue. Nope, Ryan, you can start answering right now. You're not waiting for anything. All you have to do is look at the attached document, the link I posted. Look at those screen grabs, and you have to know the song title that those screen grabs with the music video, the song the music video is promoting. Looking at it again, these are hard. I will fully admit that. But again, if you can guess the theme, it will whittle down a lot of the songs. It'll eliminate 99% of the songs out there, and it might help jog your memory. Especially, anyway, I'm giving you too many leads. Dan, I'm not sure what you mean by second. Oh, you're seconding Ryan's comment. No, get answering. You've got, how much time do we have left? 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. Just under 3 minutes left to complete this round and identify the song titles that those music videos refer to. You don't need to know the artist, or at least you don't need to write it down. You might need to know the artist in order to help you get the answer, but you don't need to write it down to get the point. Getting down to the wire, just over 30 seconds left in this round. Really, Jennifer? I have to say, I'm glad you think that. I don't think this was one of my best, but I'm glad you are appreciating it. If you guys like this, maybe I'll do more music rounds kind of like this until I can figure out how to play music on YouTube. Emily says better than lyrics. Okay, good to know. Huh. I'll bring back. Oh, I can guarantee that the New Year's edition will have a very special round of 2020 theme before and afters. That's going to be the pièce de résistance in that round. Yeah, I will do the emoji round. All right, that's it. That's time. Time to put down your pens, and we will take up the answers to rounds 3 and rounds 4. before moving on to the final 2 rounds of the night. Before and after is very divisive. Some people love it. Some people just don't get it. And I feel for those people who don't get it, because it's either you get the concept or you're completely lost. And, the point of the night is not to make people feel like COVIDiots. All right. Here we go. Going back in time to round number 3, taking up the answers to the second edition of Things I Think You Should Know. Question number 1. Katy Perry's had 9 songs reach the top of the charts. The first, though, to do that was a song called I Kissed a Girl. It came out in 2008. That's harsh, Spam, but I like your cutthroatness. I Kissed a Girl, number 1. Number 2, the only U.S. state that has 1 syllable in its name is Maine. Maine is number 2. Number 3, this is interesting. 3 movies that are animated are the only 3 animated films that have been nominated for Best Picture, all fairly recently too. I think 1994 was the first one. I'll go now in chronological order. The first animated film to ever be nominated for Best Picture was Beauty and the Beast. Then after that, there was a bit of a gap, and Up was nominated. And finally, most recently, Toy Story 3. So if you got one of those movies, you get a single point. If you got 2 of those movies, you get a bonus point. Question number 4, how many bouts of boxing can there be in a professional boxing match? The answer is 12. Question number 5, the only Canadian woman to be have her photo included in the pages of the current Canadian passport is Nellie McClung, suffragist, fought aggressively for women to get the right to vote in this country. Kelsey, the second answer was Maine. Maine is the second answer. 1991 Beauty and the Beast. Wow, I feel old. For the movies. Sorry, it was Beauty and the Beast, Up, and Toy Story 3. On to question number 6. Legs the Frog, Squealer the Pig, and Chocolate the Moose were all types of Beanie Babies. Beanie Babies, the answer. I think we can guess what team Hannah's on tonight. Question number 7, how many pairs of chromosomes are found in the average human? There are 23, hence the name 23andMe. Question number 8, what movie was promoted using the tagline, a lot can happen in the middle of nowhere? The answer is Fargo. Number 9, how many stars appear on the national flag of China? The answer, 5. And finally, the final answer for number 10, the most followed Canadian on social media is, I was going to say Ryan Reynolds. It's not, though he should be. Ryan, buddy, get working on that. It's Justin Bieber still. I think, though, I feel like Ryan Reynolds has more staying power than Justin Bieber, just saying. All right, but Bieber is the answer to number 10. Moving on to the final, this Pilsner is kicking in already. There is something very comforting about the taste of steam whistle. It tastes like home. It is home, I guess. On to round number 4, the music round. You needed to know the title of the following songs in order to get a point. Plus, at the end of the round, I'll reveal the bonus or the connector clue that gets you a bonus point. Song number 1, Drive You Crazy. That's a song by Britney Spears. You Drive Me Crazy. Let me double check the name on that. I just have the pictures, but not the actual songs written down. I know part of it's in brackets. You Drive Me Crazy is the name of the song. You Drive Me Crazy by Britney Spears is song number 1. Song number 2, if you can make it out, I know that all you're seeing is half of someone's face, but that someone is Tracy Chapman. And if you were able to get the connector clue, you probably realize this is from her song Fast Car. Tracy Chapman. Fast Car is the second song title. Number 3, Canadian classic, and you can't have this round without a song, I don't think. Life is a Highway is number 3. Number 4, kind of tough, one-hit wonder-ish. I know we've had that debate in the past. That is a man named Jacob Dylan. the lead singer of the band, the Wallflowers, and they had a big hit with the song One Headlight. One Headlight is the song title. Number 5, that of course is Rihanna. If you look closely, she's in a garage. Hard to make out, but if you looked really closely, you could tell. That's from her song Shut Up and Drive. Number 6, I would say maybe the genius point of the round, not an easy one. Number 6, though, is from the band Cake and the song The Distance. Kathy, it's only one song, 1 point, and it's just for the song title. Artist doesn't have anything to do with it. I'm just mentioning the artist just for shits and giggles. Song number 7 is Greased Lightning from the musical Grease. Greased Lightning is the song title. Number 8, song number 8. You obviously know who that is, but you might not know the song. The song is called Drove All Night, and obviously by Celine Dion. But Drove All Night is the song number 8. Number 9, also pretty tough, but fits the category. The band is Snow Patrol. Again, not worth a point, but the song is Chasing Cars. Chasing Cars is song number 9. And obviously song number 10, bit of a gimme, but Little Red Corvette by Prince. Little Red Corvette is song number 10. Again, I'll recap very quickly. You Drive Me Crazy, Fast Car, Life is a Highway, One Headlight, Shut Up and Drive, The Distance, Greased Lightning, You Drove All Night, or Drove All Night, Chasing Cars, and Little Red Corvette. The connector clue, obviously, either cars or driving. One of those two. If you wrote that down, you get a bonus point. That round then, obviously, out of a total possible point of 11. Yeah, 1 point for the connector. That's correct. Just the song. I was just mentioning the artist just so you had the context. I mean, he's kind of famous. Jacob Dylan's really the big name in the family, but yeah, his dad had some notoriety for a bit as well. Grits, I'll believe you on that, but I do think that 82 was a long time ago, almost 40 years. So I'm sticking with 12. Had someone raised that when I was asking the question, maybe I'd be a little more lenient, but I'm sticking with 12. Also because, just because. All right, time to enter your scores from rounds 3 and rounds 4 into the Google Doc, and we'll come back in just a second with an update on points as I get my next beer from our friends at Fine Balance. Let's see. We have points coming in. I realized I didn't tell you guys the average score from the first 2 rounds. I can do that right now and just give you a quick snapshot so you know how you're doing in comparison to your competing teams. The average score for round number 1, wow, was 7. That's very impressive. The average score for round number 2, which was the 10, the question, the round about the musicals, was 7 as well. Wow, that's a high scoring. So after the first 2 rounds, the average score was 14. Let's see how people did on rounds 3 and rounds 4. And if you haven't entered yet, I'll give you just a couple more seconds while I calculate the average. The average score for round 3 was 8. I guess that's high because there were some bonus points up for grabs too, but wow. And some teams did exceptionally well in the music round as well. Most teams actually did very well. Impressive. The average score in the music round was 8 as well. Holy shit. Meaning what? That we are at an average score of 30, 14 in the first 2 rounds, 16 in the second 2 rounds. Average score of 30 right now heading into the final 2 rounds of the night. Not too bad. Smart group. All right, again, this is the tightrope, the double IPA, which, if you recall from last time, packs a punch. It's delicious, but it's not a beer to be consuming if you're operating heavy machinery or hosting a trivia night, perhaps. Wow, looks like we've already sold 6 tickets for the New Year's Eve. That is way more people than I thought I'd be spending New Year's with. So that's going to be fun. I'm already thinking of ways to make this really very special. So hopefully if you, I encourage you, if you have other options, if you live in a part of the world that is allowing you to go and see people, then I would encourage you to do that. But if you're stuck, like a lot of us here in Toronto, isolated and not able to do much, then maybe this is an option. All right. Here we go. We're starting with round number 4. It is the rapid fire round. We've done this once or twice. Actually done this round, a very similar round like this before. But these tonight are all brand new questions, I guarantee, because I just wrote them yesterday and finished them just now. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not paying attention to the chat. No, I haven't finished both my beers. This is just my second beer. Grit says shit. Sorry, apologies, but moving on. You Drive Me. Yeah, I would accept You Drive Me for the Britney Spears song. Light machinery can be dangerous too, except you're most likely only going to hurt yourself. Maximum number of tickets that I'm selling. Right now I've capped it at 100. I guess there's no need to cap it at anything, but I want it to feel intimate. So I thought 100 teams, but we'll see. Yeah, at midnight. If we get to 120 teams, Ryan and I'll kiss at midnight. That's a great idea. Outside in Corktown, we'll I'm not far from the Distillery District in Toronto, and I think I could probably recreate my own little Times Square at midnight. Yvonne, great idea. All right. Cap it at 50? We could maybe do that. Sadly, I don't think I'm going to have to cap it at all. I'd be very, very surprised if I get to 50. We can evaluate when we get there. All right. That's okay. Ryan and I are in the same bubble. It's fine. Moving on to, as I said, the rapid fire round. I'm going to read these questions just twice, not again at the end of the round. Each of these answers is simply a number. So if you're writing anything other than a digit, you're not going to get it right. Got it? Jordan, yeah, it's per team. And I'm not going to stick to, if you've got 10 people on your team, that's cool. Or 2 or 10 or 20, it doesn't really matter, but it is per team. Yeah. All right. That's this round. Ready? Here we go. Rapid fire. I'm getting caught up in this chat. You guys get chatty late in the evening and I get distracted. Here we go. I'm just reading these questions twice, not once at the end of the round. All the answers are numbers. First one is a tough one, I'll acknowledge. Here we go. The first single off the 4th album from French band Phoenix. Question number 1 again. The first single off the 4th album from French band Phoenix. Question number 2. The number of days that Jules Verne was famous for. Question number 2. Number of days Jules Verne was famous for. Number 3. Age of Gord's older brother Mike when he hadn't kissed a girl. Question number 3. The age of Gord's older brother Mike when he hadn't kissed a girl. Question number 4. The speed at which Keanu's bus can't slow down below. I think I phrased that poorly, but hopefully you get the question. Again, the speed at which Keanu's bus can't slow down below. Question number 5. The number of ladies dancing during the days of Christmas. Chelsea, I like that. You're a better writer than I am. Again, question number 5. The number of ladies dancing during the days of Christmas. Question number 6. Khalid Hosseini's Splendid Sons. Yes, Kathy, that also is better too. When I recycle these questions, I'll write them better. Again, number 6. Khalid Hosseini's Splendid Sons. Question number 7. Bowling Perfection. Question number 7. Bowling Perfection. Oh, Hannah. No. I guess that's a fair question. But I have to check because I don't know off my head for certain. Tenpin. Hannah, Tenpin. But you probably knew that. Question number 8. The most famous house on Downing Street. Question number 8. The most famous house on Downing Street. Question number 9. A number Jenny shouldn't lose. Number 9. A number Jenny shouldn't lose. And finally, number 10. This one needs a little more explanation. Number 10. The only number to be included in the title of a Best Picture film from the last decade. Number 10. The only number to be included in the title of a Best Picture film from the last decade. And here's a bonus point opportunity connected to that question. Name one other whole number that is included in a Best Picture winning film. There are a few of them. Again, number 10, the only number to be included in the title of a Best Picture film from the last decade. And for a bonus point, name another number to be included in a Best Picture winning film from any year, any decade. Not nominee, Dan. Has to be a Best Picture winner. Believe it or not, there are 5 different whole numbers that are included in titles of various films that have won Oscars. Only one number, though, from a film from the last decade. All right. That is the rapid fire number round. We will now move on to the final Jeopardy round. All of these questions, if you're familiar with this format, are taken from a real-life Jeopardy episode. Rest in peace, Alex Trebek. This episode of Jeopardy happened to air on Monday, May 30th, 2005, meaning that anything that has occurred in human history in the last 15 years cannot be included in these answers. I will read the questions twice and once at the end of the round, starting with question number 1. I'll read the category and the clue. The category for question number 1 is fill in the title. In this category, Alex would read an author and then part of a title with the word blank, and contestants had to fill in the blank. Logan, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Your question is not necessarily, not to be a dick, but not totally valid given the answer I'm looking for. The date of Jeopardy again was Monday, May 30th, 2005. 2005 is what you need to know. Here we go. Question number 1. The category, fill in the blank. The clue, Alice Walker. The color, blank. Question number 1. The category is fill in the blank, or fill in the title rather, and the clue, Alice Walker. The color, blank. Selena, the date is Monday, May 30th, 2005. All right, question number 2. The category ends in EE, the letters EE in quotation, meaning they must appear in the answer. The clue, it's the celebration of a special anniversary, perhaps the diamond one. Again, question number 2, the category ends in EE. And the clue, it's the celebration of a special anniversary, perhaps the diamond one. Question number 3, the category, sports in 2004. The clue, Women from this country won tennis's Wimbledon and French and US Open. Category again is sports in 2004. And the clue, women from this country won tennis's Wimbledon and French and US Open. I'm just realizing that question number 4 includes words that we have agreed not to say really as part of quizzing in quarantine. So I'm going to try and find another category. I'll do, let's see. Oh, you know what? This will satisfy people's appetites. Category for number 4 is before and after. Before and after. The clue? Daddy Warbucks Charge, who photographs celebrities for Vanity Fair and Rolling Stone. The category again for question number 4, before and after. And the clue, Daddy Warbucks Charge, who photographs celebrities for Vanity Fair and Rolling Stone. Question number 5, the category, you're fired. The clue, old soldiers never die, they get canned, like this general famously was on April 11th, 1951. Question number 5, the category again, you're fired. And the clue, old soldiers never die, they get canned, like this general famously did on April 11th, 1951. Question number 6, the category, men of science. The clue, this French physicist wasn't the Pitts with his 1851 pendulum that demonstrated the Earth's rotation. Category again for number 6, men of science, and the clue, this French physicist wasn't the Pitts with his 1851 pendulum that demonstrated the Earth's rotation. Question number 7, the category, can you dig it? But Ken spelt K-E-N. All of these answers were about someone named Ken, different people named Ken. The clue, that merry prankster author who took us all inside the cuckoo's nest. Question number 7 again, can you dig it? And the clue, that merry prankster author who took us all inside the cuckoo's nest. Question number 8, the category, people in history. The clue, this Asian said his, quote, greatest joy was to, quote, conquer his enemies and to clasp their wives and daughters. Again, the category is people in history, and the clue, this Asian said, quote, his greatest joy was to, quote, conquer his enemies and to clasp their wives and daughters. Question number 9, the category, the sushi bar. The clue, it's the 4-letter term for the thin sheets of dried seaweed in which sushi is wrapped? Category number 9 was the sushi bar, and the clue. It's the four-letter term for the thin sheets of dried seaweed in which sushi is wrapped. Question number 10. The category ballet, the clue. Literally French for beating, this movement of the leg may be grand, petite, or frappe. Category again is ballet, and the clue. Literally French for beating, this movement of the leg may be grand, petite, or frappe. And finally, the final Jeopardy category on this night in 2005 was legal terms. Legal terms. And the clue. In 1999, Britain replaced Latin legal terms with English ones. Quote, witness summons replaced this word. Again, the category is legal terms, and the clue. In 1999, Britain replaced Latin legal terms with English ones. Witness summons replaced this word. All right, those are the 11 Jeopardy questions. I will repeat them each one more time quite quickly before we take up the answers from rounds 5 and round 6. Question number 1, the category was fill in the title, the clue. Alice Walker, the color, blank. Question number 2, the category ends in EE, the clue. It's the celebration of a special anniversary, perhaps the diamond one. Question number 3, the category sports in 2004. The clue, women from this country won tennis's Wimbledon, French, and US Open. Question number 4, the category before and after. The clue, Daddy Warbucks' Charge, who photographs celebrities for Vanity Fair and Rolling Stone. Question number 5, the category you're fired. The clue, old soldiers never die, they get canned, like this general famously was on April 11th, 1951. Question number 6, the category men of science. The clue, this French physicist wasn't the Pitts with his 1851 pendulum that demonstrated the Earth's rotation. Question number 7, the category can you dig it? The clue, this merry prankster author who took us all inside the cuckoo's nest. Question number 8, the category people in history. The clue, this Asian said his greatest joy was to conquer his enemies and to clasp their wives and daughters. Question number 9, the category the sushi bar. The clue, it's the 4-letter term for the thin sheets of dried seaweed in which sushi is wrapped. Question number 10, the category is ballet. The clue, literally French for beating. This movement of the leg may be grand, petite, or frappe. And finally, Final Jeopardy. The Final Jeopardy category is legal terms. The clue, in 1999, Britain replaced Latin legal terms with English ones. Witness summons replaced this word. All right, that is it. Put down your pens and pencils, and we will take up the answers to the final 2 rounds. Again, each of these questions worth a single point. Starting with the rapid fire round. Not sure how people felt about that. Might have been a little too abstract. Especially this first one. I shouldn't have maybe made the first one the first question because I think it was pretty obscure. But question number 1, the first single off the 4th album from the French band Phoenix, one of their biggest songs, 1901. This is where I'd love to just be able to play a song and do a bit of an eardrop. But 1901. I don't know. For some people, I think Phoenix is obscure. Maybe not for you and I. Number 2, And someone asked if 92, if the question number 2 was subjective. It's not if you sort of got the reference. Number of days Jules Verne was famous for. Jules Verne wrote the book Around the World in 80 Days. 80 days. So 80 is the number, 80. Number 3, age of Gord's older brother Mike when he hadn't kissed a girl. That's a reference to a famous Tragically Hip song. The song is called 38 Years Old. 38, the number we're looking for. They do. There's like someone getting married outside the Eiffel Tower, and they play in Paris. It was a great takeaway show, if I'm thinking of the right one. Obscure for boomers. That might be true. Question number, 38 for number 3. Number 4, the speed at which, and I should go back to the way Kathy wrote this because it was much more eloquent, if I can find it here. Kathy said the speed above which Keanu's bus must stay. That speed, 50 miles an hour, 50. That's a reference to the film Speed, obviously. Yeah, Jeff, lots of numbers in that song. Number 5. The number of ladies dancing in the days of Christmas, 9. 9 ladies dancing. Question number 6. Khalid Hosseini's Splendid Sons. This is a reference to a famous book released probably about 15 years ago now. The answer, 1,000. 1,000. 40 technically correct. What do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean by 40 technically correct or what you're referring to. But the answer for question number 6 is 1,000. 7, bowling perfection, as we indicated, referring to 10-pin bowling. The answer is 300. 300. Number 8, the most famous house on Downing Street. That would be the residence of the British Prime Minister at 10 Downing Street. 10 is the answer. Number 9, a number Jenny shouldn't lose. 8675309. The answer. 8675309. And finally, question number 10. This is actually the question that popped in my head that kicked off this round. The only number to be included in the title of a Best Picture film from the last decade, I believe it was 2012, this film won. That film was 12 Years a Slave, hence the number 12. 12. For the bonus point, I mentioned there are 5 numbers in total that you could have guessed to get a bonus point. Well, not 5, because 12 you couldn't guess. So 4 other numbers. Those numbers, number 1, in that it happened one night, or One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Also, the number 2, it appears in the 1974 Best Picture winner, The Godfather, Part 2. No, 15 Years a Slave? No. That wasn't the title of the film, so I'm going to say it does not count, unfortunately. And the other numbers, this is a callback to just a couple minutes ago. In 1956, the film Around the World in 80 Days won a Best Picture Oscar, so 80 is included. And finally, the other most recent film on this list from 2004, Million Dollar Baby. So the numbers that counted: 1, 2, 80, and 1 million. Toy Story 3 did not win Best Picture. As I indicated, it had to have won Best Picture. I mean, yes, Zero Dark 30 is a film. You're right, and it does include the number 30. It didn't win Best Picture. Yeah, $1 Million Baby, that counts. All right, now we're just descending into madness. I rest my case. On to the Jeopardy answers. Here we go. These you can't dispute because I didn't write them. Question number 1, you had to fill in the title. The title was The Color Purple. Purple is the answer. Purple. Number 2, ends in EE. The word that ending in EE, Jubilee. Jubilee. Number 3, the country that produced female athletes that won Wimbledon, the French Open, and the US Open in the year 2004 was Russia. Russia. I'm guessing Sharapova was probably a big part of that. Question number 4. The category was before and after. The clue, Daddy Warbucks Charge, who photographs celebrities for Vanity Fair. You need to think of a musical plus a famous photographer, and you might have come up with Little Orphan Annie Leibovitz or Orphan Annie Leibovitz. Question number 5. You're fired. The old soldier who was fired on April 11, 1951 was Douglas MacArthur. Douglas MacArthur. Number 6, Men of Science, the French physicist who wrote Pendulum, Foucault. Number 7, the author of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Ken Kesey, K-E-S-E-Y, Ken Kesey, or Casey? I think it's Kesey. Number 8, people in history. The Asian person who said his greatest joy was to conquer his enemies was Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan. Fook that. Well done, Colin. Number 9, sushi bar. The 4-letter term for the seaweed that wraps sushi is nori, N-O-R-I, nori. Number 10, ballet. The French word for beating, meaning also referring to a ballet movement, is bâtiment. B-A-T-T-E-M-E-N-T. And finally, legal terms. 1999, Britain replaced Latin legal with the English ones. Witness summons replaced the word subpoena. Subpoena. All right, those are the answers. Now it is time for you to go and enter your new scores in the Google Doc. As I recap our amazing prizes tonight, I've already dispensed my steam whistle can, but we have a 12-pack of steam whistle up for grabs tonight. We also have a $25 gift certificate to Fine Balance Brewing in Kingston, new brewery. Recommend you try it out. I'm enjoying it very much, as I did last week. As well, we have 2 pounds of coffee from our friends at Reunion Coffee in Toronto. Roncesvalles is where they have their coffee shop. It's open now, obviously just for takeout. But if you're in the West End, I highly recommend swinging by, visiting Adam and Elida at Reunion Coffee and their staff. And that's it. What was 8's answer? Number 8 was Genghis Khan. Did I not say that? I'm sorry. Genghis Khan was number 8. Number 10 was bâtiment. Final Jeopardy was subpoena. Yep. Thanks, guys. Thanks for playing along. And don't go anywhere, especially if you think you might win a prize. And keep in mind, just as we add up the prizes, looking ahead at our calendar, we'll be back next week for another regular edition of Quizzing in Quarantine like we had tonight, and then a very special edition. Mark your calendars. It's a very festive event, the 18th of December, our Quiz the Season holiday special. That's where we're going to try and get ourselves over that 10 G's mark, $10,000 that we're trying to raise for Food Banks Canada. Again, I'm still reeling after last week's incredible showing. So I have no doubt that we'll be able to get that extra $1,600 raised in time for the 18th and really celebrate. Then we'll take a bit of time off for the holidays, but we'll be back on New Year's Eve for the special VIP ticketed edition of Quizzing in Quarantine, rocking New Year's Eve. That's all still to come. All right, let me take a look here and I will try and figure out. Tonight I think we'll do, last week we did Steam Whistle second, Fine Balance first. Tonight we'll do Steam Whistle first, Fine Balance for second place, and the penultimate prize tonight will be our delicious coffee from Reunion Coffee. You got to pick it up on Roncesvalles, but it's well worth the visit and well worth the trip to the West End to pick up 2 pounds of delicious, independently own coffee. It's much more supporting local more than you would if you were buying any of the big guys. Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, thanks. If you submitted twice, that's okay. I'll discount one of the scores. Yes, good question, Nicole. Let me see if I can find it. I do have it. I just need to find it. Let's see here. Should have shared it earlier. I didn't want to hit people over the head with it because people have been so generous. Make it easy to stupid. Oh, here it is. Here again, everyone's been so generous, so I don't want to abuse people's generosity. But if you haven't made a donation and you want to, or if you just want to track our progress, the quizzing in quarantine, I updated a note to for people to 84, 27, 56. Incredible. That is 417% above what our goal was originally set at. So just absolutely incredible. I can tell you, Hannah, I don't want to make any promises, but there will be some celebrity cameos on the New Year's Eve edition, and celebrities who are not just celebrities who have, already made appearances on, well, I shouldn't say that, but there will be some celebrity cameo appearances, well worth the price of admission, which again, basically works out to about $5 a person. All right, I got to do behind my scores here. Give me 1 second. You guys talk amongst yourselves as I figure out the scores for the night. And I know, as I say this every week, I know a lot of you are still waiting for your prizes. They will come, hopefully. And it's not my sponsor's fault. It's my fault for neglecting. I focus on the production, but not the process, which sometimes sinks me. But I have the emails that people have sent about prizes, and I will, hopefully in time for the holidays, because I'm sure people are using quizzing in quarantine as a chance to do their holiday shopping for friends and family. So I'll make sure that you get your prizes in time for the holidays. Always some pretty impressive scores tonight from people. Here's how it works. If you are a winner tonight, I'll read out your name. Please email me at drinkthinkto@gmail.com. Let me know who you are and what place you came in, and I'll make sure to get you your prize. All right. Again, I want to thank everybody who competed tonight and everyone who supports not just this evening, but also everyone who supported the food bank drive last week. I still can't get over just the generosity, and I I think my friends and colleagues were tired of hearing about it because I wouldn't shut up about how great the Quizzing and Quarantine fan bases or players are, because it was just so incredibly impressive. I'm open. Listen, depending on how many tickets we sell for the New Year's Eve night, we might be able to get some other prizes as well. Right now, the big prize for New Year's Eve is going to be $250 to your favorite charity of choice and any registered charity you want. Plus, we've got, I'm sure we'll be able to get some great prizes from our sponsors. Haven't even gone down that road yet. And I'm sure there might be, a signed Van Wilder piece of prop that might pop up in the prize closet. All right, here we go. Celebrating all of the success tonight. The average score amongst all 67 teams who were playing tonight, average score was, drum roll. There's so many teams, it takes a while to generate the average. The average score was 34. Well done. Well done. Average score is 34. The penultimate prize tonight, with still a very impressive score of 27. Actually, I don't think it was 34. I realize I'm counting some scores that aren't complete because teams entered a couple times, but I'll update the average in a second. But penultimate prize tonight goes to just Sam. I'm assuming Sam is playing on their own, meaning Sam gets all 2 pounds of coffee from Reunion Coffee. Congratulations, just Sam. Looking at the other side of the leaderboard tonight, the top 10 teams. Only the top 2 teams are getting prizes, but for notoriety's sake, I will indicate the top 10 teams. Coming in at in 10th place. Actually, no, that's not true. Hold on. I think these guys are 10th place. And these folks are 9. Here we go. In 10th place tonight, we have a tie for 2 teams tied for 10th. We have Monocle Whores plus Scotty Doesn't Know. Congratulations. You guys are just made it into the top 10. You were 1 point behind 9th place. There was a 3-way tie for 9th between Hey Google, Play Limp Bizkit, Return to the Wet Bandits, and Case of the Mondays, all tied for 9th. Sitting alone in 8th place tonight, 2 points ahead of 9th place. In 8th, we have We Get Knocked Down, but We Get Out Again. Congratulations, you're in 8th. 7th place, 4-way tie for 7th. Or 5-way tie for 7th. We've got Katrina and the Second Waves, Threat Level Midnight, You're a Quizzard Harry, and the also have the Clerical Errors. I believe I'm saying that right. Clerical Errors tonight. Also in 7th place, Zoom, 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 I Want You in My Room. In 6th place tonight, 2-way tie between The Couch Chainsaw Massacre and Do They Know It's Trivia Time at All? In 5th place tonight, solo, we have COVID-69. In 4th place, also solo in 4th place, just 1 point ahead of 5th and 2 points back from 3rd. We have Tit Soup for the Thank Goodness You're Doing This Every Friday Soul in 4th place. We have a 2-way tie for 3rd place with 60 points, very impressive. We have Welcome to the World, Little Maxwell, the newest trivia member, the newest team trivia member. Congratulations. Maxwell's obviously making his mark on the world already in 3rd place. Also in 3rd place tonight, we have It's Not the Band I Hate, It's Their Fans. Tonight, we have in 2nd place 2 teams tied for 2nd who are going to need to battle it out to figure out who is getting the $25 gift card for Fine Balance Brewing. And tonight, tied for 2nd, we have the B Sharps and Don't Overthink It, It's Titanic. You're going to have to figure out this tiebreaker question, and you're going to have to enter it into the tiebreaker spot. Let's see, how do we do this? Why don't we trying to think what would be a good tiebreaker. I should have written it in advance. We mentioned early on Croatia, the capital being Zagreb. What is the population of Croatia? The team that is closest to getting the correct answer will be getting that $25 of Fine Balance Brewing money. And the team tonight that is getting 12 Steam Whistle beers, you can hold on to them for New Year's if you want and celebrate in style, or drink them whenever you'd like. Gift certificate redeemable at any place where good old Steam Whistle beer is sold. The team in first place tonight is Werewolf Bar Mitzvah 3. Mackay is sexiest, a true underdog story. Congratulations to Werewolf Bar Mitzvah. They are reigning champions from way back, and they occasionally pop in and make appearances. It's good to see you guys, and nice to see you still on top. Werewolf Bar Mitzvah, congratulations. And congratulations to all the teams who competed tonight. It was not an easy round of trivia, that is for sure. But hopefully you had some fun, and hopefully we will see you back. Oh, I did say I would update the average score properly. Let me just do that again, because it was not actually 34 as I indicated. I think it's actually slightly higher. The average score, when I take out the teams that maybe didn't point properly, the average score was 46, significantly higher. So congratulations to if you scored higher than 46, you are above average. So that's it, and that's all for tonight. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Oh, Nicole wants to know the 10th place score. The 10th place score was 50. 50. You got 4 points ahead of above average and puts you in 10th place. Congratulations, everybody. I'm just checking to see if there are any questions here. Hannah, I didn't say I had celebrities more famous than Ryan. I said there would be celebrities who haven't made appearances earlier in the season of Quizzing and Quarantine. Michael, I would not disagree with you on your OK Google reference. And that's about it. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I forgot second place. I forgot about that. Still waiting for a guess from Don't overthink it. It's Titanic. Oh, there we go. We got it. We got a guess. Okay. Let's see. Sorry, I got distracted. All right. We have a guess from the B Sharps of 4 million and a guess from Don't Overthink It, It's Titanic of 4.8 million. Wow, there must be some Croatians on your team. This is very impressive. The actual population, according to I should use World CIA Fact Book. That's my go-to on populations. I'd be nothing if not consistent. Consistently inconsistent, as some might say. And check the population. The suspense is killing you, I bet. The actual population of Croatia is 4.2 million people, meaning that the team that is walking away with that $25 gift card to Fine Balance Brewing tonight is the B Sharps. Congratulations to the B Sharps on your knowledge of Croatia and your overall trivia excellence. And thanks again to everybody who played tonight from all across the country. It's been nice to have you here. And we will be back. Don't forget, next Friday night, tell your friends, tell your family, and thanks again for all your support, supporting Food Banks Canada over the last week. Have a great week. Stay safe and stay nerdy. We'll see you soon.